I'm Juliet Lemar for Scripps News here in the Pacific Palisades, where melted cars, smoking ruins, and really, really heavy winds have created a devastating scene here, burning entire neighborhoods to the ground. I used to live in this area, and seeing this devastation is truly heartbreaking. I'm standing on a corner here just a couple blocks from the town center, and every single street I look down and drive down is completely burned to the ground. We are outside of Glass House Farms, which earlier today around 10 a.m. had a raid done by ICE. Now, this is a cannabis grow operation. That same pipeline that caused the massive oil spill in Refugio in 2015, and that was one of the worst oil spills in California history. There are active fires just down there, and you can feel the heat coming off of every single one of these ruins, and the wind is blowing debris everywhere, making it extremely hard on firefighters. It slid several feet down the hillside off Los Altos Road. Neighbors told me that the home has been slowly sliding for several months, but seeing it this damaged was still shocking. These ladies have come over here and told me there's something that I have to do here at Fiesta as my first time. What happens with these eggs? What's the deal?
We crack them.
On my head?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, here we go. Viva la Fiesta!
Fiesta!
It was a coworker and a friend. He hurt me, and that night changed my life forever.
6 years ago, Veronica DeLeja says she was drugged and sexually assaulted in her own home.
My body knew because there was evidence, but I couldn't wrap my mind around what had happened. It's almost like an out-of-body experience. You're hoping that it's a dream, that you're going to wake up, but the fact is that it's very real.
DeLeja is one of more than 300 reported sexual assault cases per year in Santa Barbara County, 15,000 statewide, many of which are children, according to the county's sexual assault response team.
I knew that I wanted to prosecute. I knew that I wanted to press charges. I knew that I wanted him to pay.
After the assault, DeLeja received a SART exam where physical evidence was collected from her clothing and body.
If that SART nurse was not available that evening when that happened, my evidence would have been gone.
SART exams must be done within 72 hours of an assault, and evidence from these exams can be crucial in prosecutions.
I would say at the Lompoc SART house, we probably see 100 individuals here a year, the majority being children.
Lompoc SART coordinator Sarah Valverde says that countywide, Santa Barbara County's SART program has just 7 nurses who can do these types of exams.
But we've had weekends where all the way down to Northridge, there is not one single forensic nurse available in 4 counties.
Valverde says this lack of forensic nurses means only 20% of cases get exams within that 72-hour window.
The chance of getting, evidence is lowered, every second that goes by that we aren't getting the exam.
This nursing shortage has been going on since 2020, according to Valverde, but she hopes that will change.
We just want to help as many people as we can get whatever justice feels right for them.
And for DeLeja,
I wanted justice, and I received justice. 6 years later, I'm standing here strong. I have found my voice, and I just want to reassure them that yes, they will come out okay.
All right, so this is the entry. This is where most people come in.
For 6 years, Lieutenant Jarrett Morris has worked in the Santa Barbara County Sheriff Coroner's office.
We often call ourselves the last responders instead of first responders, and we're here to help provide closure.
After a grand jury report raised several health and safety concerns, I wanted to talk to him and tour the building for myself.
Yeah, so this was the light. They still got to finish it, but this is where the hole was.
And mold.
Really, we don't know yet if that actually was black mold.
Another issue is space. This cold storage unit is designed to hold up to 18 bodies.
This is actually very empty compared to what it normally is.
Due to an overall lack of space, evidence from criminal cases is stored here too, leaving room for just 12 bodies.
There are times where this fills up and we're running out of space to put decedents.
When that happens, they turn to mortuaries and funeral homes for help. The grand jury report also claims the 50-year-old building is unsafe and in critical need of repair, which Morris understands but denies any danger. Do you think the grand jury was fair?
Could this building be better? Yes. Is it dangerous for them to work here? No. Nothing stopped us from doing our job. We haven't had any of our personnel that have gotten injured or sick. Would they like stuff not to break all the time? Yeah, probably, but they're doing a great job and we're getting the job done for the community.
This is the 4th time in 10 years a different grand jury has found problems with the coroner's office. So to get insight, I sat down with this year's grand jury foreperson, Eva Marcias.
We're the eyes over the government, over the county government. We can do cities, we can do the whole county, we can investigate anybody except the court.
Among the dozen recommendations and findings in the report, one of the most disturbing allegations is that autopsies were done outside. Morris says that's only the case in mass casualty events, like the 2019 Conception boat fire that killed 34 people, or in the rare case a body is severely decomposed. However, Marcias stands behind the report. When they come back with their findings, how do you decide what to include?
There's a format, and it's got to be facts.
How do you fact check?
There has to be at least 2 sources that verify what's going on or what was said.
I looked through the past grand jury reports from 2013, 2015, and 2020. While most findings were different, the big carryover was concern about the aging building. Each of these reports takes around 5 months and is independent of previous ones.
Because again, we go in with a fresh slate. The history, the notes, who they talked to, who was involved, everything's deleted.
Sheriff Bill Brown responded to the report about a week ago, stating the office has made significant repairs to the roof, mold abatement, and is implementing a plan to replace the building by 2039. I asked Marcias what she thought. I think by law he's supposed to respond to you.
Yes, so I have not seen this.
You haven't seen this?
No, because I'm not on the jury anymore.
You want to take a look
Sure.
and tell me what your response is?
Okay. Disagree. And yeah, they just keep putting Band-Aids on stuff.
How do you feel reading this? Do you think that the grand jury is going to come back and have to do another report?
I would be surprised if they did not. So that's a yes.
Although the sheriff and the grand jury do not agree on a number of issues, they're together on one. More space is desperately needed. I reached out to Sheriff Brown 5 times for an interview, along with the Board of Supervisors. Both declined. In Santa Barbara, Juliet Lemar, KSBY News.
Actually, we might be able to see this shark because he might start finning. He is right out here.
For the last 4 years, research assistant Samantha Malajoff has been flying drones for Shark Eye. And just a few minutes after takeoff, we found our first shark.
This is definitely a smaller shark. And when I mean smaller, I would say under 8 feet.
Several times a week, Dr. Douglas McCauley and his research team fly drones in Santa Barbara County to gather data on sharks swimming near the coast.
It's going to be overcast, the waves are going to be high, and there's a chance of white sharks.
McCauley has been studying sharks for decades and now leads Project Shark Eye, whose goal is to develop a forecasting tool to help predict what time of the year, day, and ocean conditions are more or less likely to have sharks.
The same way you create a forecast for weather or a hurricane, can you do that for sharks? We think we can.
During our 30-minute interview on a cloudy day, we saw 3 sharks, which McCauley says is pretty normal, with the number of sharks on any given day ranging from 0 to 15.
We have more sharks than ever before in the waves here in California. We have more people than ever before. So hopefully we can use some of these tools of science and technology to make sure that we keep sharing this wild space, keep people going into the ocean, but without any incidents.
For information on how to sign up for Shark Eye text alerts, look for this story on KSBY.com. In Santa Barbara, Juliet Lemar, KSBY News.
Dealing with going blind is scary. So running is a great outlet, a great way to deal with it, cope with it, and also connect with people.
Dan Brose is a runner. He's also blind, slowly losing his vision since birth.
And it just got really isolating. And then Brianna came along, made Blind Fitness, and gave me direction.
3 years ago, Brianna Piet began creating a support system for the visually impaired community of Santa Barbara.
Blind Fitness began to build because there were so many people that wanted to get outside and get fresh air and move their bodies.
Blind Fitness has trained hundreds of guides to assist athletes in surfing, yoga, running, cycling, and more.
To be in a position to help some of these other people that are still shut in and scared to death, help them overcome their fear. Try to overcome some of the stereotypes of what blind people can't do rather than what we can do.
Last Sunday, Santa Barbara's half marathon had 50 visually impaired athletes, ranging from 12 to 78 years old. United in Stride founder Richard Hunter tells me his goal is to help people be more active and combat isolation.
And also the relationship between the guide and the visually impaired fitness walker or jogger, they become their friends, and then they're in a community, and that's super powerful.
And it's not just the athletes who benefit from running with a partner.
We can all learn a tremendous amount from each other.
Guide Brian Walters is paying it forward after a glaucoma diagnosis, and he says he's learned a lot from his blind friends.
Just because someone is visually impaired or blind doesn't mean they can't lead a very full and fulfilling life.
In Santa Barbara, Juliet Lemar, KSBY News.